Hi, welcome to the short video on GPS calibration within WingX Pro7. WingX has various ways to use altitude, and it can get that altitude from an internal GPS receiver, an external GPS receiver, one of the ADS-B receivers that have GPS built in. Most of them have WAS GPS receivers in them. We've also added support for pitot-static, which is great. Now you can get airspeed and pressure altitude within WingX. So for the experimental aircraft, that's great. Contact level technology for more information about that. But let me show you, there are three different ways within WingX Pro7 to set your altitude up at the top. So for example, we're cruising around at 2,800 heading into towards Fisk, going to Oshkosh. And let's just say we were actually at 2,900. Well, that's a little bit off. So let me show you the first way. The first way, you tap on the settings button and you go to the calibrate button on the left. Now it's showing us that the raw GPS is 2,800. We could, for example, then just say, well, use indicated, which is 2,900, and you'll notice that now WingX automatically calibrates the altitude to show 2,900. Let me put it back to use raw GPS for now. So that's the one way to do it. The other way, and we added this in version 7 of WingX Pro7, simply tap on this bar up at the top. So if we tap up there, you'll notice it says that our altitude is 2,843. You now have a couple of buttons. This one, which says 100 feet, will either move the altitude down to the nearest 100 or up to the nearest 100. So for example, let's say we want to be at 29, we just tap the plus and it jumps up to 29. We could go down. Now notice it's not necessarily going up or down 100 feet, it goes to the nearest 100. Or if we were actually at 3,000, we could simply tap on the plus 500. This makes it really easy. You don't have to be messing with buttons and tapping in exactly altitudes while you're flying. Usually you're flying at a 100 feet interval, such as 2,900 or 3,000 or 2,500. And so you can do this. Then just simply tap on the set button and WingX Pro7 automatically calibrates. Now as you climb and descend, again, WingX will automatically use your calibration that you have. This is really nice, obviously for VFR, but especially for IFR flying, where you really need that accurate altitudes. Now a third way that we added a while back, it has to do with the passive radar altimeter you see up in the top left-hand corner. Now that passive radar altimeter will show you the elevation of the terrain directly below you, or it can show you your approximate AGL altitude. So in our case now it's about 2,100 feet. A third option in that pop-down menu is auto calibrate GPS. Now this will only work while you are on the ground, for example in the run-up area or before starting your engine. Simply tap on auto calibrate GPS, and now we're going to get an error because we're currently doing 125 knots. So it shows you, gives you this error that you must be below 30 knots. But if you're on the ground in the run-up area or before you start your engine, just tap on that and WingX will automatically configure your altitude and calibrate that so that it's very, very accurate. And then once you get flying and perhaps ATC give you a different altimeter setting, then simply, again, if you're at 3,400, you need to climb to 35. Just climb to 35, tap on the altitude, select 35, hit set, and you're done. Hope you like this, and yeah, we've made it really easy to calibrate the altitude, so I strongly recommend doing that on the ground when you've got to your cruise altitude or when ATC gives you a new altimeter setting. Thanks a lot.